I don't know what is up with these pups.
They just want to be annoying.
Yeah, they're just being annoying. Thought maybe that they were thirsty, so I went and opened the bathroom door so they had access to their water because I had it closed. Because Mimi likes to chew on our fern. So.
That's true.
What do you make of this?
It'd be nice if Watson could, like, say something useful, or if he has absolutely nothing useful to say, you just couldn't talk to him. Because I don't need to hear him say, "What do you make of this, Holmes?" every time.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I can't go through there. Can I go through that one?
Vertigo, and I hate it.
You know, this game is not, the best.
No.
Lady? Very strange lady, with your feet clipping through the floor. My lord. These houses are massive,
Watson,
though.
It seems we have arrived at the place. Look there, on the iron door.
The buffalo? Why does the buffalo make you think that we've arrived at his house? Also, I thought that back in these days there'd be a lot more one-story houses rather than two.
Not in Louisiana.
Because when I think of, like, downtown, there's just so many one-story buildings rather than two. So
well, that's because downtown in Colorado, they are actually, like, two-story houses. They just, you know...
What?
And they were all made in, like, the early 1900s, because Colorado Springs didn't, started building up until the 1900s.
Also, I was going to say, look at how this bar is see-through. I can see the fence through the bar.
Wow.
So that's interesting. Can I do something with this, though? Oh, there's a bell. Yes. This is your doorbell. I'm sure they heard that.
Like no one is here, Holmes.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody in that entire house could hear this tiny bell.
This is our only lead.
Alright, weird lady. What do you want? Oh my god, as she slowly walks over here.
Good morning, miss.
Goodness
Please don't be
gravy.
alarmed. We won't harm you, my dear. What is your name?
Eula, sir.
Lovely. When we arrived here, you were looking through this gate. This is the residence of Mr. Arson, isn't it? Do you know him?
Yes, sir.
Do you know if he is at home?
Don't rightly know, sir.
Watson.
Come now, don't distress yourself like this. Why all these tears?
Because of my little brother, Davy. He serves with Mr. Arson, and been more than 5 days since I heard from him.
Perhaps he went on a trip with Mr. Arson.
No, sir. Tain't likely. I serves at the Gallagher's just the other side of the road. If they had left, I would have seen them. Something bad has happened. I can feel it.
But if you were so near, surely your brother would have cried out for help if there had been any real danger.
No, sir. Davy, he ain't like you and me. He's right smart in some ways. But Davy can't talk. Not a word. Besides, most evenings, we visits and sees each other across the stable door. It been more than 5 days since he been there. Oh, sir. I be mighty scared. Something has happened to him. I just knows it.
Miss, take us to this stable. Watson, I think this place is indeed isolated, and therefore quite vulnerable.
There it be. I'm gonna go wait on the road. That way, if my mistress calls for me, I can hear.
It is hardly secure, Watson.
No.
Regard the lock. It has a primitive wooden latch, which is also quite flimsy.
Really?
Bravo, Holmes.
This entire... That is a sick horse.
I was gonna say a dead horse, but it is breathing, so... Yeah, sick horse.
Yeah, that's why my brain quickly changed it to sick when I saw movement.
I hadn't noticed the movement yet. All I know is that them hind legs look
Holmes,
funky.
this horse is dying of thirst.
Of thirst?
Poor animal.
He has had no water for these past 5 days, Watson.
Hmm.
Poor
Unbearable.
thing.
I mean, I guess if the boy who was supposed to be taking care of him has gone missing, then that would make
This
sense.
should prove useful.
Okay. Unsure as to why you think that'll prove useful, but okay.
Are we gonna give water to the horse?
I don't have
I
an
hope
option
this gate is
at
not
the moment.
locked, because it appears quite formidable. Open!
Bailey. I hope that this door is not locked, because it seems quite formidable. Open!
Oh,
That was the inflection he used there. I
I'm gonna
didn't
get a
mean to.
bucket and give water to the fucking horse.
That would be good.
I'm gonna be pissed if we can't.
Now it can't be used for anything.
Now it can't be used for anything. Hey, look. More sticks with circles. Slightly more
Yeah.
decorated circles than last time, though.
Yeah.
The foliage looks nice.
Observe, Watson, these beautiful, well-tended flowers. Someone must care for them.
I mean, I would assume that they would care for them. Alright, I'm gonna go right in the front door. What is happening with this fish?
Closed, tight.
It sure is closed tight. Why is there like a burn mark on this corner? That's weird.
Is that supposed to be a shadow, maybe? Is that a raccoon?
It is a raccoon. I don't know why there's a trash panda here, but...
Why is there a trash panda?
Look, Holmes, a raccoon. Come here, you little rascal.
Watson
Don't
over
allow
here
us too
talking
close,
as if it's a
Watson,
dog.
though the little imps are rather inquisitive by nature.
Oh, goodness. Gravy boats. Okay, so I can apparently click on something over here. Oh, it's blood. Nice. Blood. Oh, I don't care about the blood, though. I care about the footprints. Thank you for making more footprints. Now I can click on Watson's penis. Cool. I love that.
Footsteps. Let's see.
Oh,
On Watson's
goodness. Yeah, I don't care about the blood. I just care about the
Blood.
footsteps.
However, given the small amount, the wound should be superficial. Wait, this is interesting. There's a trace of mud here.
Bailey,
Dogs finally laid down and they're not looking out the window.
Bailey.
There appears to be mud. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens when, like, something wet hits a dirt, you know? Kind of turns into mud. Also, he, like, looks at all of this blood, and he's just like, huh, there's not too much, though. It must be a superficial wound. I'm like, there's literally blood for so long. This big old path. What do you mean?
Some footsteps or marks.
But you're
Not
telling
clear enough to
me,
make out.
no,
Let's see if
that
there
it's
are
a
others.
superficial wound? Are you kidding me?
I mean, maybe it's not super deep, otherwise it'd be like a consistent trail of blood, but it's definitely not like some easy peasy tiny wound.
Blood.
Yeah.
However, give... Blood. However, give...
Yeah, there's mud. I got that.
Some footsteps or marks.
I mean, you say, are there other ones? Okay, I guess I'll go find other ones, since, I mean, there's literally a blood trail going over to all those insects. But I'm gonna look over here first.
Water.
Can I get some water for the horse? Hey, look, more.
Footsteps. Let's see.
There's footsteps. Give me.
Watson, regard the traces in the soil. A body was dragged here recently. Undoubtedly, it was a man of great size.
Okay, so they
More
dragged
traces of
him.
Mud. A person wearing shoes thick with fresh mud entered the garden by this gate. They entered the house and then returned, dragging a body back along the way. This erased some signs of their former movements, but not entirely. Fortunately, I have a particular talent for tracing footsteps. A neglected art indeed.
Oh, Bailey.
Yes.
He was just like, oh, apparently I can't go to the dialogue in specific since it's just auto-opened to that. But he was just like, the way that they do their pauses, like put random commas in places, he was just like, Watson, a person came through here wearing shoes, caked with mud. And I'm like, well, yeah, of course he was wearing shoes, you dumbass. And then 3 seconds later, he finally said, with mud. Oh, look, the back door's unlocked, though, so
What
that's
a
fun.
wretched smell, Holmes.
Oh god, did somebody
Quite
die?
wretched, Watson.
Well,
It is the foul stench of death.
it is this foul stench of somebody who died. Cool, cool, cool. Well, I can tell by the drag marks, the footprints, and the blood that, they went from that way. Over there. But there's also footsteps over there. So I'm gonna look at that in a second. I want to open this door first. Okay, well, there's more blood on the floor. There's a broken... I don't know, it looks like milk on the floor. I thought there would be glass, but it looks like milk. There's a big old pan.
Watson, hold the basin. I think you know what to do with it.
Nice. Okay. I'll go and do that in a second. Oh, where am I? Okay, I guess I'm just Watson. I'll just go do that first. I'll be right back. Don't worry. Watson loves to make things clean, and he also loves to make sure that horses
No,
get
I can't do
water.
perfect.
I'm glad to know that we're actually going to give water to the horse.
You know, I feel like Holmes doesn't really care. That's why he made Watson do it, but...
Bro, I just opened up my Animal Crossing just because it's something, you know, I don't really have to pay
Easy now,
attention
fellow. Drink up.
Apparently one of my empty lots sold,
Oh,
and
there's
it's
a hammer here. All of a sudden.
What could this
Why
be
was there a
meaning?
hammer under the horse?
I mean, I
Oh.
saw it... When I gave him the water, I saw it appear there, so it wasn't technically there the whole time.
Apparently my house sold to a character named Mac. I looked him up on the like villager list. He's an ugly ass bulldog that
Okay.
focuses on sports. So
Okay.
I'm very unhappy right now.
Happens.
I'm just gonna have to ignore the new resident.
Here you
Also-
are, Watson.
I didn't even notice the white before. I don't know what the white is. Maybe like wet
Flour?
flour that's been shoved into the carpet. I mean, technically that might not be blood. It could just be like raspberry jam that Watson keeps stepping on. Because he really wants me to look at his penis, apparently. Look, meat.
Ah, it's a ham. What a
Wow.
delectable aroma. If only I were hungry.
Bailey. That moment when I click on this ham, and me thinking that there's all these flies around, this ham must not be good. He says, ah, what a delectable aroma. If only I was hungry. I'm like, why would you want to eat something that's literally covered in flies?
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting!
Disgusting!
Why is there just a pile of, like, shrimps and a dead rat?
That's concerning.
What the fuck? I mean, the dead rat makes sense, you know, you put mouse traps and all that, but, like, what is that? Also, I feel like the rats were munching on some of the potatoes. The potatoes.
Potato.
Alright, so they definitely got killed and dragged from in there. Not entirely sure what,
Closed. Tight.
Yeah, you say closed, but you're inside. You can unlock the door. Fucking dumbass.
The body was dragged from behind this door.
It sure was, Watson. Thank you. Watson? I meant Sherlock. No shit, Sherlock. You know, one of those sorts of things. Hey, look, there was a struggle. the couch is turned over. Well, there's a nice window. Oh, well, they clearly dragged somebody, but they didn't drag him very far. It's alright, Bailey. It's just a superficial wound.
Yep.
Yeah, don't worry. It's just superficial.
Watson, what do you make of this?
A dead man?
What a horrific sight. It has lain here for at least a week.
On the contrary, Watson, once again you see, but fail to observe. The warmth of the local climate and the exceptional humidity undoubtedly sped up the rate of decomposition. Based upon my calculations, the body has been here for 5 days.
Sherlock is such an ass. I don't think you were reading any of that.
trying to.
He was just like, so Watson, what do you make of this? And Watson, being a little bit of a dick, was like, well, I'd say it has been here for about a week. And then Sherlock's like, oh, tisk tisk, you dumbass. He's actually only been here for 5 days. You didn't think of the climate. And I'm like, well, it makes sense. It's very warm here where it's always raining in London, so. But also, it? It's a human body, you fucking dick.
Yeah. Where'd your bedside manner go, Watson?
He's like, I don't need bedside manner. He's already dead. Or should I say it?
Ooh.
Let's examine the hands. They are calloused, with traces of dirt under the nails. This
Sure
would be
is.
the gardener, no doubt.
That happens, and he also dropped something on his finger because it's fucked up. Can I do anything else here, exactly?
Let's examine the hands.
Cool. I guess not. Love that for me. Oh my god. Typical America, right? Have a nice big tapestry of someone killing a bear.
This must be Arson. He appears fond of cigars.
Oh, look, a bear trap. Careful not to step in that, Arson. He just walked on this body. It's okay.
I'm very
Papers
confused.
were
I've been
burned and
ignoring
great
one
care was
character
taken to
apparently
destroy
for 11
everything
months,
of
and
any
she's still
value
yet
to our
to think
case.
of
We
leaving.
will find nothing further in
You
this
know?
place.
But apparently, I have been talking to other people as early back as 5 months ago. So, why the fuck hasn't this one resident decided to leave?
I don't know.
Interesting. The person who sat here was fond of cigars.
That does happen. I'll go look over there, I guess, in a second.
Interesting. The person...
No, give to me the chair!
They killed the man who was sitting there, and the trail of blood begins here. So this would be the body they dragged through the gate.
Interesting. So, what I've gathered, I have not finished inspecting this room, but somebody came in here, man of the house, Arson, was sitting in this chair, smoking his cigar, as he does, and, what's his nuts, I forget what his name is, was just standing over there being a good servant boy, like he does, and guy comes charging in, I assume, shoots this guy, because how else would he have, gone dragged over there, and then they didn't give a shit about this guy, so they just shot him a couple times. Also, that's a very small pool of blood for someone who's been here for 5 days, I must say.
I have to agree there.
I feel like it should be taking up a much larger amount of space. There's a lot of blood in a human. Don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why they came after him. Probably because he's a bear-killing, cigar-smoking dickbag, but... looks like there's blood on the chair.
They killed them.
Okay, I already looked at that.
Blood!
Blood on the candlestick! Maybe they beat him over the head with a candlestick and knocked him out or some shit. I mean, there seems to have been a bit of a tussle over here with all of the, broken bits. I'm not entirely sure. Hey, look! Alcohol! Woo! Sneeze! Gravy boats. Give to me.
Maybe this will satisfy the old
Mm.
man of the same name.
I found some champagne. I'm gonna go give dead man's champagne over to this guy. And before I go and just skip part of the hall, I would like to start from the beginning. Because I want to. Alright. So, there's a door over here. Where did you just come from, sir? That was weird. What's in here? Oh, well, there's a... I think this is the boys' room, but it threw me off when I realized that the bed could swivel. It's a swivel bed, apparently. Very interesting, calendar thing. Hey, look!
I know that code!
I was gonna
I
say...
know how to read that!
I was gonna say, going off of this part here, the fact that there's the alphabet and then random symbols, make me feel like I'm gonna have to decipher something in a bit. And I'm excited, because it's been a minute since I've done a puzzle.
That's good.
It's Wahoo?
It's called Pigpen.
Ah.
It's one of my favorite coding things.
Let's see, so I got 3
Oh,
things to look
Pigpen.
at, 4 things to look at. I think it's just those 4 things. I will look at this one first.
Arson, with his servant, no doubt.
This... I thought that the boy in the other room was the servant, but this... I mean, maybe he has multiple, but this guy looks much older than the guy that's dead in the other room, I must say.
These clothes belong to a servant, and judging from their size, he is a small man.
That makes sense. Alright, now let's look at...
Curious, there are some muds that appears to have come from underneath the bed.
Curious indeed. Look at that swivel bed.
Yes,
They're
there
very
is something
swivel.
here.
There is in fact something
Yes,
here.
there is something here.
Okay, you want to do something about it? Yep. But... Open it! Oh, cool. I found a
A
ruba.
stone of small size, but of splendid colour. It seems to have no flaws, and I doubt that it originated in the American continent.
Ugh. Well then. Also, there's a very nice, wallpaper on the floor under the board. So there's that. Alright, so that was that room. I suppose there's still an upstairs. Oh cool, I'm actually allowed to go upstairs. Oh cool, there's only 2 rooms. That makes things much easier. Ooh, look at this big old thingy on the floor. It's a big old bed doily. Oh yeah, I forgot this was a reading simulator, Bailey.
Yep, that's why I have my game as backup.
Dear Mr. Arson, it was a rare pleasure to encounter your extraordinary altruistic attitude towards your employee, young Davy. Ah yes, Davy Jones' locker room, that's right. Few would have made the effort to discover the truth of his affliction, and most would have discharged this boy from their services without hesitation. It is fortunate that Dr. Callagher, who has expertise in these matters, is also your neighbor. Without his intervention, it is doubtful we would have been introduced, and then you would not have had any answers about this young man that you have been seeking. First, I will tell you that Davy's problems are psychological rather than physical, as you have already noticed. He hears and understands perfectly well. A medical examination also revealed that his vocal organs are unimpaired. The final diagnosis is that the psychological trauma or mental blockage is what prevents him from speaking. As your anecdote concerning the coins and discovery of the incredible talent that this young man seems to have for figures, it reminds me of a similar child prodigy cases. I have requested their files from my colleagues and hope to learn more. All I can say now is that your employee has a phenomenal memory for figures, and that an adapted teaching program could enable him to exploit this talent further and benefit his community. Best regards, P.R. Lelonkunk. The Gonkagonkunk. Alright. And what's that? We got a Carolina folk plays. Yes. It was hard for me to read that upside down and backwards. Let's see what else is in here.
Funny thing is, I
Many
can
things.
read it just fine.
You know, I mean, sometimes I can read it fine. That one was just, I think it might have also just been because of the fact that it's at, like, 8-point font. So.
Yeah.
Oh boy, fauna and flora of Louisiana. We got a mosquito. Okay, I guess there's only 1 page, so I guess I'll read it. Because the alligators are the most fearsome predators, according to visitors, all agree that mosquitoes are the worst enemy known of man in Louisiana. No one knows how many different varieties of mosquitoes haunt the surrounding swamps and lowlands, but the most common are habitophagus. Attracted to a mammal's body warmth and the smell of blood from wounds or sweat, they can quickly swarm in clouds of several thousand and attack their target with the same effectiveness as a school of piranhas. Look, fauna and flora of the Amazon. Every year they cause numerous deaths among cattle. Fortunately, deaths among people are rare. The natives shared with us some of their local recipes to avoid this plague. The most efficient are common methods that consist of applying some lemon juice. The aroma repels these menacing insects. The simple presence of a lemon tree in the front of a window in front of a window is enough to dissuade them from entering that place. A more audacious solution consists of carrying several toads on your person in a conspicuous manner. These amphibians are very effective.
Vanilla candles.
Oh boy, we got raccoon, and a snock. Though the behavior of the raccoon in Louisiana is very similar to his brothers from the forests of the East Coast, there are a few differences. There are many unique predators of the raccoon in the wilds of Louisiana, notably certain kinds of aquatic snakes. Because of this, raccoons in this region take their meals in a nest usually placed on the branches of a tree or at any height, which is easily approached by a raccoon. Well known for its agility, but also out of easy reach of their enemies, the carrion, I thought carrion sounds more like a bird for some reason, carrion is the main part of their diet. Particularly if speaking of a female with small kits. Her need for additional protein to sustain her milk production makes carrion a particularly good source of food. Okay.
Ah, a book on the fauna and flora of Louisiana.
Could you imagine Watson and Sherlock just come in here and he just like pulls up a chair and starts reading a book off this bookshelf?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, wait a second, Watson, I've heard this is a great book. Oh my god. There's like 4 or 5 pages here.
Simulator time.
Reading simulator. Or much more, of course, if it is an African swallow. But our most disturbing tale about the wild creatures in the marshes and the swamps come from Louisiana, near the city of New Orleans. Frightening events have plagued the region in recent history. At the time this book was put to press, rumors about mysterious disappearances, discoveries of mutilated bodies, and fearsome beasts of the swamps continue to haunt the poorer quarters of the dockyards of the city. Our story begins 15 years ago, when a noted citizen of New Orleans contacted a world-renowned hunter known as Ward. This gentleman, who wishes to remain anonymous, retained Ward to track and kill a beast that was terrorizing his workers. These freedmen worked in his fishery and lived in infamous wooden shacks built along the outer banks of the swamp. Over the last year or more, there were mounting numbers of unexplained disappearances and deaths, which explained the alarming regularity and particularity of the high tide. His men reported finding the mutilated and half-eaten bodies of men floating from their swamp. And even more so alarming, young women had also been mysteriously disappearing. At first, he appealed to the local authorities, but was met with indifference. They blamed these incidents on their own hired men, who lived beside the swamp. The local constabularies reasoned that these people originated in Africa, were sacrificial rites involving young versions which were common. As for the fate of the men found dead, they argued that this was most certainly the work of alligators, which filled the swamps. Our good citizen thought this highly unlikely. As the area was teeming with game, he knew that from personal experience that the alligators would rarely attack humans when fish and natural food were readily available. he also rejected the notion that the sacrificial rites were involved. Had that been the case, his men would not have asked for his help and could have handled the matter themselves. Ward has told his workers that usually disappeared while dredging for crayfish. As far as was known, 12 girls had disappeared recently, and no less than 7 young men had been found dead. The workers now refuse to enter the swamp, even to withdraw their gear. Adding to the tension were rumors of a grotesque and scaly silhouette seen by a fisherman in the distant fog. Ward was offered a large sum to hunt down the presumed beast and return with it due to his men's hired workers, so that they could return to the fishing for crayfish and forget about their complaints. Ward accepted the commission, cleaned his weapon, and hired a local guide who knew the swamp. They left the boat for the very same day. For the next 2 weeks, they searched the swamp, leaving early in the morning and coming back late at night. One evening, Ward came back anxious and excited. They said they discovered a trail deep in the picture of dead man with octopus swamp. He and his guide heard something that initially sounded like singing, but in the dreadful, guttural, and discordant voices. Ward explained that it might have been a mating call of a bull, alligator, or some other large reptile. He promised to go there first thing in the morning and return with his head. They left at dawn, and later gunshots were heard in the depths of the swamp. The evening came and went with no sign of Ward or his guide, nor were they ever seen the next day or in the weeks afterwards. However, the strange disappearances and deaths ended. People speculated that Ward and his guide and the beast had killed each other with a ferocious battle. Then, some months later, an extraordinary thing happened. A fisherman discovered that what appeared to be a white man caught in quicksand. The man, upon discovery, shouted with panic and attempted to escape. The fisherman was forced to stun him with an oar in order to bring him back in. The man had moss, seaweed, and muck, all teeming with vermin, covering his gaunt frame. His features were buried under a thick beard and a tangle of hair. Despite his appearance, which was barely human, some people claimed they recognized Ward's eagle eyes. He was also naked. I like that they say that so far into his description. His teeth were strangely sharpened, and his eyes were feverish and barely able to focus. Worst of all were the terrible, strange scars that covered his entire body. Their symmetry resembled the work of some deranged artist or madman. Though many thought the opposite, the authorities decided that Ward had inflicted these marks upon himself and locked him inside a cell, saying that he must surely be insane. After the doctors examined him, he was officially judged to be mad and sent to the mental hospital at Baton Rouge. There, he remained locked up until the end of his short life. He spent the last few months of his life there, eating only raw fish and screaming to all who could hear that they had saved him. He cried out that he was one with them, and he spoke to him in a dream, and his awakening, oh, that's the title of the game, was soon coming. Another historical tale, even with more disturbing, comes to us from the British Moors, where a white rabbit, and that's it.
This book has been read often. Tales of Fantastic Hunts by D. Niles.
Sorry, saying D. Niles just sounds like the person is in denial. Also, I thought that I had a chat pop up while I was reading that, but it was actually just apparently refreshing and said, "Welcome to chat." Cool, thanks. Want to look at this poorly pixelated map? Alright, so I see there's a box over there, Watson's eyebrow, his mustache, and a paper behind his cheek. Okay. Let's go with the box. What's this?
This metal tube is approximately 40 centimeters in length and 18 in diameter. It bears a small tag which reads, "This one without defect. My sincere apologies, E. Otis."
What the devil are you doing, Holmes?
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay? Just let me be. Oh boy. In order to wind up the unique watch, you need to find the figures corresponding to the clock. According to the same logic, 2 digits are already marked out to help you figure out what method to use. Good luck. Solutions on the last page. Alright, so we got 2, 7, 3 goes to 9, 4 goes to 10. Well, it went up 2 and then 1. Oh, there's also a 2 over here, though. Why does this one say 2 if that one's 2? I think you're lying to me. I don't know. I'll figure that out in a bit.
Days ago. Someone has torn the last page. Well, it seems Arson tried his hand at a small riddle in this newspaper. How strange. He does not seem the type to take interest in mathematical conundrums.
Well, I already figured it had math, but... Door! Yay! Big porch! Hey, look! Lemons! They wanted to keep the mosquitoes at bay.
This should prove useful.
Oh. I just took the entire plant.
I guess we won't have mosquitoes around us then.
Well, I have 40 centimeters of a metal tube, an entire lemon tree, a hammer, a broken statue, a ruby, champagne, and a box of nails, all fitting inside of my pocket. But last episode, we couldn't hold more than 1 pipe.
Yeah, we could carry an entire ladder, too.
You know, I'm just saying.
Like, what fucking logic is that?
Tree. Door.
Closed
Oh,
tight.
wow. Alright, well, I mean, I guess I don't have to deal with another room now, so I mean, I guess there's that. Alright, so, they went in this room some, as we already knew. Do I need to actually look at this? I guess so. Rock! I think that this little piece of, pebble here kind of looks like it comes from what is it called? A headstone at the burial site of the cemetery. I don't know. There's randomly
Dusty.
2 fingers.
Someone placed their hand near this footstep. Judging by the size of the fingers, it seems to be a
Seems
youth.
sus.
Why would they lean down here? Of course, to pick something up.
Now my question is, why does this handprint only have 2 fingers? I mean, there's kind of a pinky there, maybe, if that's like a pinky 1, 2, but then, where's the rest of his fingers? He still only has 3. Do I need to look at anything else? Very, very muddy shoes? No? Okay. Can I look at these ones?
Footsteps indicate a person of small stature, and the fact that they are so closely set suggests they may be
Blood?
made with great stealth.
What about blood?
There's blood.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, there's always been blood. It's a trail.
It's just more red than, previously.
That's because this one's a bigger... This is more like where the injury was inflicted, almost.
Probably.
Or it was, he leaned down to grab the thing off the floor and that, made him use muscles and shit.
And blood.
More blood!
This blood on the ground came
Hey, from a
the
deep
wound.
wound! I love that he can tell the difference of sizes just
I
from
cannot
that.
budge the handle. They must have lodged something behind it to hold fast the door. Shh, Watson, listen. Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm. Open the door, for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility is appreciated. We shall come back later.
Holmes!
Pardon?
Here!
Well, I mean, I did stop and stare at the big tree. Okay, was that just... I guess that meant I finished looking at everything, so...
Very interesting.
Maybe.
Or what do you want from me, though?
I have no idea.
There, I made a pattern.
This isn't right. Perhaps if I begin again.
You know, obviously it's not right. How am I supposed to know that right off the bat? Alright, no, let me go back downstairs because I feel like there may or may not have still been something I needed to look at. But there might not have been, seeing as they did that.
Using Animal Crossing so I don't get vertigo from you. So I'm still
What is-
paying attention. I'm still listening to everything. I can't really look at the screen.
Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sense of...
Okay, just randomly accidentally dig and all of a sudden I get a clam. What the fuck?
How am I supposed to know what the, this code is? No, that's a locked door.
Let me
Hmm.
look over here.
Do I need to somehow do...
I'm sorry,
This
what?
thing? Is that something to do with this? Maybe? Probably not.
Yeah, it has to do with that.
But this looks more like a clock face, so how am I supposed to know?
Don't even know.
Let's see, so we got 2, which is out of 3. So I think the red was just the Arson being stupid and just putting a 2 here because he's trying to figure it out. And I don't know why he put a 2 there.
No, the 2 and the 4 are correct. It's showing you the pattern that you need to work with.
I mean, I thought there would be like a 1 of every number, not multiple of the same.
No, would you like me to explain, like, the math problem that this is doing?
Not necessarily. So are there actually 2 2s here then? The black 2 and...
There's several 2s on here.
Oh, okay.
There's several 2s. There's 6 2s.
Wow, that's a lot more 2s than I was expecting. Oh my gravy. Yeah. I can hear myself so well right now.
I will turn down the volume.
That's a good idea.
I had it up because my fucking appointment, the dude was like, and this, and this, and this, and this. I will whisper. And you can hear me. I'm like, no, I can't fucking hear you. Please speak up.
Hello.
Okay, so, yeah, it's...
So there's
honestly,
6
I don't know how you're
2s.
supposed to get this from just looking at it.
Alright. Assuming that I don't hear myself every time I talk. No, I can still hear me. Can you put some headphones on?
Hold on. Hopefully these headphones have some battery still in them.
I mean, it was doing fine earlier. I don't know what the difference...
No, I don't know what changed. I haven't moved my microphone. I haven't changed the volume.
I don't know.
I don't know. Could be in my headphones now, so you shouldn't be able to hear yourself.
Let's see. Yeah, I sound good now. Okay, so you said there's 6 2s. There's at least 1 3 and 1 4. How many else is there? So there's 6 2s. And what else is there?
6 2, 2 3s, 3 4s, a 1, and a 6.
I should have brought my notepad upstairs. I'll just write on the back of, not this paper. This paper. Okay. Where did my pencil go? It's fine. I have an entire container of pencils right here. Okay. So there are 6 2s. Let me try not to lean off screen for you. 6 2s. You said there's 2 3s.
Mm-hmm.
And then how many?
4s, a 1, and a 6.
You said there's 1 4?
No. There are 3 4s.
3 4s, a 1, and a 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You sure you don't want to just know the pattern so I don't just give you all the numbers?
Well, I just was curious to begin with
I
that.
can literally just do it in one word, in all honesty.
I mean, how big of a hint is that? Is it like giving me the answer type of hint, or is it just like a
It's
hint
giving
hint?
you the directions to get the answer.
Okay.
Would you like to know?
What's your word?
Divisibility.
I mean, I had I mean, I had a slight thing. I mean, my brain earlier was just thinking that with the 9 and the 3, you know, they both, you know, do shit together. But I don't really know how the 3 and the 2 would go together.
No. It is divisibility. It's how many different numbers
What do you mean?
it's divisible by.
Oh, so like how 9 is, you can, like how you can divide 9 by 3 then?
Mm-hmm.
And then 1 and 9, I guess.
And yep, that's 3. That's why there's a 3 there.
And then
And for 3,
what's,
it's
let's say,
1 and 3.
Oh, I guess 1. So I guess 1 would be 1, right?
Yes.
Because you can't really do a whole lot else with that. Here, let me
No, you can't.
write this down so that I can actually see what's happening.
Yeah, I have no clue how you're supposed to get that from that.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There we go. So I know there's a 2 over here with the 3, and then a 3 over there with the 9. Make my 8 look a little bit better. Okay, so the 4 would have 4, 1, and 2. Yeah, okay.
That's 3.
5 would just be a 2.
Mm-hmm.
6 would be a 1, 6, 2, 3. So that's a 4.
Yep.
7's just a 7 and a 1, right?
Yep.
10 would be a 1, 10, 5, 2, right? 4 then?
Yep. Also, you skipped over 8.
I sure did. So we got 1, 8, 2, 4. So 4. And then 11 would be a 2. And
Yep.
then 12 would be a 1, 2, 6, 4, 3. So this is the 6th one, because it's got a bajillion. And so then the question is, how exactly does this relate to the other puzzle exactly?
There are 12 entry boxes on the safe.
Very interesting.
But then which?
Just go.
So
like
I use
you're
the
reading.
outer line. So like
Just
the.
go like you're reading.
So it'd be 1. Excuse me. 1. I think I skipped 2 on my drawing here. 2.
Making you go down, or is that just how you're scrolling?
I'm trying to figure out what the difference is. I think that there's ever so slightly a difference in the side that I'm clicking.
Okay.
1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 2, 6.
Nothing can stop an inventive
Oh
and
boy.
logical mind.
A gun and a key.
Bah, it's only an air pistol.
An
I would be
air pistol?
hard-pressed to shoot a nestling from a branch with this weapon.
I guess
Besides,
air
it's
pistol.
not even loaded.
What does that have to... Why would you hide an air pistol? What is that gonna do for you? Especially going off of what Sherlock just said, it's literally not gonna do you any good. So what was the point?
No idea.
Confusion. Alright, so now I have a key, so I don't know if that goes to... I assume not this one, because I think this one was
Wherever
wedged.
you are, open up.
Yeah.
This is useless.
This is
Excellent.
useless, Holmes. Oh wait, I think the one up here was locked, question mark? Yes, it was. Bear!
Bear! You know, that would have been so much better if, there wasn't that slight Discord delay, because I said it
What's
perfectly
that
in time
shouting?
with you.
Something is happening.
This must have come from the stables, Holmes.
That was a really long scream. Also, I know there's dramatic music right now, but I'm gonna look around this room. She can wait. If me trying to chase after that guy could take 5 minutes in between, it's fine.
This
What
must
is
have
this?
come from the stables, Holmes.
What must have? This very strange pattern on the floor that's not actually in the right spot?
This must
That doesn't make any sense. Warthog! It's a Pumbaa!
Boom! Lizard!
There's a lot of things.
This must have come from
And I can't look at it.
This must have come from the
Discord's just
stables,
making it
Holmes.
so
What do you...
choppy.
What, am I not allowed to look at any of this stuff? You're just gonna keep telling me that it came from the stables?
This must
Oh my god, fine, I'll go to the stables, you bitch!
Rude.
Open door! Life is an open door! Life could be so much more!
Nice rhyming.
They've bolted the door.
They've
There's no time for
bolted
anything
the
else.
door.
We must force it open. Quickly, Watson.
The
We must find
log!
something to serve as a
I was-
battering ram.
I was just wondering if you were gonna do anything about that log there. Walk!
Watson, this can serve as a ram to take down the door.
Okay.
Ram the door! You can carry an entire fucking log. But you can't carry 4 pipes.
Madam?
Somebody tried to lynch her.
Don't mind Watson just gonna shove his face all up in you.
Yeah.
Watson, tend to her.
Holmes, hold on. There is a message pinned to this unhappy woman.
Yeah, the unhappy woman. Yeah, I'm sure she's super happy. Do you think that in this city of the life of one English detective is worth much more than that of a black maidservant? Final warning, Mr. Holmes.
Holmes, she is still in shock. I must stay with her.
Alright, bye. Also, that horse is doing much better.
It is.
Also, I know I went the long way around beforehand, but it's just because I'd never gone this way. So, shush.
Yeah. That's fine.
It's not like it was really that much of an actual time-pressing matter. Could you
As long
imagine?
as I don't throw up, that's fine.
Could you imagine if it actually was a time-pressing matter and I get there and she's just dead? Alright, now let me look at this weird square.
Yes, there is something here.
There sure
something
is.
Yes, there is something here.
Cool, thank you. Can you let me do something with that? Nail.
Yes, there is something here.
That one.
Yes, there is something
Cool,
here.
thanks. What is this?
Strange drawing.
Oh!
It says, only the best gunmen
Only
earn
the best
finest
gunmen
arms."
earn the finest arms.
Okay.
It says, only the best gunmen earn...
I got that. Thank you. I was looking to see if there's anything different. Also, there's just so much taxidermy in here.
Oh yeah.
My best trophy was a goat missing a horn.
What is inscribed here? My best trophy. A strange hunter, this Arson.
Probably because we need to find the horn.
Your goat eye isn't quite the way a goat eye should be.
Close, but not quite.
They tried.
They did.
This square looks strange.
A lovely
I found
Hey,
it.
the horn!
It's the highlight of this exhibition, but I dare say it shall prove
Oh,
useful.
no, pop in my back.
Bear! That is a very green little bar that your feather is stuck in.
Arson should be in these pictures.
Okay, cool. I don't care if he should be in these pictures. Bruh. Oh boy! If I really needed to, I can go that way now. Alright, so something tells me I put the horn on this thing and that's gonna pop up out of the floor. Wherever my horn
I
is.
need to use the restroom real quick, so I shall
Okay.
be right back.
I'm going to pet
I'm
this
going to
goat.
take my switch.
I've got his eye in my crosshairs.
How wonderful.
Oh. Oh, that's not what I expected. Okay.
This Arson has a good sense of humor. He and this girl should be very close. Perhaps she has some information.
Okay.
This Arson has a good sense of humor.
Yeah. Okay, but what about the thingy on the floor? Pardon? Can I do...
Ingenious.
Oh.
Standing on the stone activates some mechanism.
If only my himbo was here. Well, I don't see it doing anything.
It says...
Can I... No, I can't click on it. Okay, can I... put this plant? I can put this plant. I mean, it doesn't sound like it did the thing, but I also don't know what thing it's supposed to be doing exactly. Can I Knifka this?
It says...
Useful! Alright, let's see. So I can do some stuff. But I don't exactly. Alright, so we got a key. Hammer and nails. Statue. Ruby. Champagne. Okay, and what is this gonna do exactly?
This Arson has a good sense of...
Okay. Well, was there something else there? No. Okay. Something else. Is there something else? Maybe in a different room somehow? Oh, can I actually do something with this painting? It didn't really show that I could before.
Surely there is something behind this fresco.
Oh,
This
can you?
hole must be part of some mechanism.
Okay. So, what about it?
Surely there is something behind...
Okay. Can I put a nail through
Surely
his eye?
there is something behind this fresco.
No.
It's fresco. I already put a potted plant on it, though. Because it...
Okay.
Nice
That's so weird.
lemons! I like that that's his comment. Nice lemons. Ooh. Because when apparently this was a pressure plate, and if you stand on it, it made a noise. And so I was trying to figure out what it did, and apparently I was able to finally interact with this painting, because I probably just didn't see the hand blending in with his face.
Yeah.
Let's see, where is that? Is there something behind that? No? Where is that?
No, is there?
It's just a hidden room, I guess. Is there something that has changed over here? I assume not. There's still just... Oh, wait! I could use the air
It's
pistol!
only an air.
Give me the air pistol! I want to shoot his eye! Alright. Am confusion, Bailey.
Okay, hold on. I'm just grabbing a Mountain Dew.
Okay. I'll hug this bear while I wait.
Just needed another drink. Honestly, I want to
drink.
grab a bottle of water too. Okay, so
Yes. So I've placed in
Uh,
my pot
we
of
went
lemons.
we
I
went
opened the goat.
saved her. Did you get the note off of her and look at it?
Off of who? No, I'm not that far yet.
No, the maid from the downstairs
Yeah, that
in the stable.
that was auto given to
Oh.
me.
I just wanted to make sure.
I mean, once you go and find the give horn to goat part, that's basically where I am.
Goat's head. Take the horn and the person. Artisan is not there. Place the horn on the goat's head and it opens to show a picture of Arneson with a lady.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we're curious who that lady is. And then I placed this fruit on top of pressure plate, and I don't know what it did.
You're standing on a pressure pad. If you haven't yet, go back. Okay. Go to the... Do you have a metal rod?
Only my penis. I have a nail.
A metal rod.
So I need to go and investigate elsewhere then. I'm unsure where I'll be getting a rod, though.
I don't know.
Wait,
it's
maybe
just
I can
saying
actually
to
go talk to
the
this person
bathroom.
You won't do that? Okay, fine. be that
It
way.
just says use the metal rod on the eye hole, and I don't know what metal rod it's talking about.
Yeah, seeing as I don't have one. Well, let's go outside, maybe? I mean, seeing as this game seems to all of a sudden really like having you do things and then the item appears.
Yeah. It's just, it doesn't say, I don't see where a metal rod is anywhere in here.
Let's see, is it over here with all
I
this
see a metal
bits?
tube, I see a lemon.
Let's go and talk. Why are you still just listening to her?
Holmes?
We would do best to divide our forces and meet up later.
From the flower bed left of the fountain.
Oh, okay. That is a very harsh
I had
line.
to scroll up to go find it.
Gotcha. Alright, then I will
So
go
from-
over to
from
the
the flower
fountain
bed next
and
to
I will gander at
next
some
to the fountain.
flowers. Oh, there's a lot of hands over here.
This should prove
I
useful.
found it.
I think, yep, there we go. Now you can go
This
back
should
and
prove
do the
useful.
thing
I'm
on the
stealing
photo.
flowers, sec.
Yeah, you
Oh.
can take flowers too.
I would not have realized. Hey, look, even more of them.
I don't
This
know
should
what you
prove
do with
useful.
them, but you can take them.
I mean, Sherlock thinks that he has an idea, so... My
This
goodness,
should prove useful.
I'm taking so many flowers.
If Sherlock thinks they're useful, I guess grab them.
You know, right? Alright, well... And I assume that this door is still locked.
Closed tight.
Closed. Tight. Alright, now that I have a pole to shove in the eye of this painting... This is a very long pole. Goodness, gravy boat. Hey!
An inventive and logical mind. This
That is
picture is sinister.
What do you mean this picture is sinister? You mean this one?
Seen that picture before. It's an actual painting.
It sure is. Well, this looks interesting. The, stony bit.
It is possible to take down an elephant with one
Yeah.
shot using these weapons. Unfortunately, the metal grid is too solid to break through.
Cool. Okay. Alright, reading simulator. Why is it going... I mean, at least they are, like, making it seem like someone really wrote it, you know, by the fact that it's not going in a straight line. Ashmat
I have that problem.
tried to meet and make friends with these men who are strangers to our language, mainly Chinese, Indians of various tribes, and those of Africa. He says that he intends to teach them the language and thinks to these skills they may find other work, but where? Colin heard him speak with a stranger at the gate. Colin has a decent memory and a good ear for a gardener. Oh, so that's the guy who's dead downstairs. Here is what he heard and could recall. Search for Old Sam's racks. Old Sam's got some big old racks, I guess.
Oh yeah, he does.
Pass in front of the Demon Rock. Take a left in front of the jellyfish. They will not be hungry at night. Sing high the call with strength so they will know you. A fisherman told me that he was often out alone in the swamp late in the evening. That's why he has such a nasty appearance, and he is never there in the morning. There is something of great importance hidden in the swamp. I am sure of it. I should not have spoken to the sheriff. Since then, Ashmat has become distant and wary. I am done with this impudence! If he does not come forward with what I need to know, then I shall confront him this evening. By God! That scoundrel will tell me everything he knows, or I shall throw him out the door and report him to the authorities!
How dreary is the swamp. We
Fascinating.
must hold fast, as it is imperative that we go there tonight. Everything in good time. First, I must find Watson.
We can go find Watson in a second. Oh, look. Some very,
More reading simulator, and it's typed.
yeah, I was gonna say typewriter format instead. Alright, so we are in Northwood Agency. I feel like we heard something about Northwood before, but I don't remember. Boston, August 25th, 1894. Dear Sir, it was with great surprise and interest that I received your letter. It would seem to link between your employee and the affair, which it commands us, is not accidental. First of all, before answering your questions, I must implore you to avoid any risk in the steps you take to assist us. The greater the sums involved, the less scruples criminals maintain. Such men are incapable of pity and are most ruthless. And as you know, according to our client, the amount involved is considerable. I contacted our client and submitted your proposal, which she accepted unconditionally. As you already know, the restitution of the stolen goods is not our only goal. Our agency would add substantial bonus to the authorized sum should your efforts prove to be the deciding factor in the resolution of this case. Unfortunately, the agent in charge of this case, whom you have met, is presently in Europe. Rest assured, he will contact you immediately upon his return. If anything of importance occurs in the meantime, please contact me directly without delay. Sincerely yours, Brittany Spears, the director of Northwood Agency.
Very interesting.
I split my nail in half opening my microwave.
Ow? How'd you do that?
I was leaning like this, and I pressed open, and I guess I wasn't, like, clicking, like, in the center of the button, so when I pressed down, my nail hit that plastic bit that's just above the button.
Ow.
That hurt.
Same woman seen in the trophy photograph.
To my darling girl. That's what I'm reading here, unless that's a 6. This bouquet will forever be the true symbol of our love. Lucy, don't ask me how there's color in this picture. What?
It's a very good question. Why are they colored?
When nothing else is.
Oh, I think people are back.
Mm.
Yep, people.
Can I take
Nice
lemons? Nice lemons. Alright. I think with that, I can go talk to Hudson. Oh, no, it's what's his nuts. It's Davy.
Perhaps it is time to take care of this young man.
That sounds
Everything in good
dangerous.
time. First, I must find
Oh.
Watson.
Okay. He confuses me. Why do you tell me to do one thing and then another? Yawn. Well, look, she's not nearly as shocked before.
Watson, read this. It sheds light on a dark and sinister enterprise.
Yeah, I got that already. I already read it.
Arson was in contact with the Northwood Agency. He wanted to inform them about the activities of Ashmat. But why?
Because his servant was secretly selling the same stolen jewelry sought by this agency. How is she, Watson?
It will be difficult for her to speak for some time. She had a narrow escape.
Can she walk?
Yes, but why?
Come with me. Your brother is behind this door, miss. He is wounded, but only superficially. It is extremely urgent that he opens this door. Can you call to him? Perhaps it will draw him out.
David. David.
Young man, I know that you can hear and understand me. We are here at the request of your sister, who is with us now. She is very worried about you, and rightly so. The man with me is a doctor. He is going to look at your wound and ease your suffering. Please come out. Everything will be all right.
Open the door, Davy. These gentlemen talk true. Come on now. Open up the door for Eula.
Miss, you should go and get some food for your brother. He must be very hungry. Have you finished, Watson?
Well, yes.
Very well. Please understand, my young lad, and you too, Miss Eula. We are here to solve an affair that risks many people's lives. Furthermore, we have very short time to save them. As for you, young man, you know some very important things. You must tell us everything and leave nothing out.
But what are you going...
Listen to me. I will tell you a story. Davy, 5 days ago, at night, you were woken up by noises from the dining room. First, you heard the voice of the gardener, and then a loud blow to the floor. You got up and took the candle, which was lit. Then you went to the dining room. On your way, you found something on the floor and picked it up. It was likely a piece of paper. Afterwards, you went to the door of the dining room and saw the dead body of Colin the gardener soaking in a pool of blood. You also saw Ashmat, the other servant, dragging Mr. Arson, who seemed dead, towards the door. Ashmat saw you, struck at you with his knife, and caught you in the arm. Seeing that this blow had not killed you, he raised his knife to strike again and eliminate the only witness to his heinous crime. But something stayed his hand. The item you picked up was far more important. He paused to snatch it up, giving you time to run away and barricade yourself in your room.
But if you were there, why didn't you do anything?
Mr. Holmes was not there, miss. But if he tells you that things have happened in such a way, you should believe him without any doubt.
Then you are a kind of hoodoo man.
In some way.
David, do this man tell it true? Is this what happened? The good man saved us both. Do what he tells you, Davy.
Listen to your sister, young man. Now, Davy, can you recall what was on that piece of paper? Think hard now. Watson, your notebook. Be attentive to everything he draws and copy it down exactly.
I don't know how he remembered all of these numbers. I assume he has an eidetic memory. This, I assume, is like a longitude and latitude type of thing because of this whole compass here.
Holmes, can we trust these figures and make sense of them? I mean to say, consider this boy's affliction.
Ah, this boy. A strange one, isn't he? Watson, let's escort him and his sister to her employer.
This be the Gallagher's place. Thanks, misters.
Miss Eula, we should be thanking you. Now, take good care of your brother. Watson, we must move quickly. The enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to examine.
Alright, time to go through the nasty-ass place. Can I go back and grab that lemon tree? Because this looks nasty.
Yes, Watson, we must pass this way. Before we venture further, we must find some protection from this
Oh, cool. I can go back and get the lemons. How nice. I want some lemons. Give me the lemons. Lemons. Lemons.
This should prove useful.
Apparently, I only grabbed a single lemon. I don't feel like a single lemon is gonna do enough. But okay. Ominous music? That was weird. I have a single lemon.
There are thousands of these mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes! Okay, give me the lemon. Lemon!
Ah, Holmes!
Lemon!
Watson, cover yourself with lemon juice. It will protect you from the mosquito stings.
Do you know any similar trick to avoid the sting of bullets? We likely need it soon.
Alright. Lemons! More blood! And he fucked up this plant. Apparently I can't look at it though. This is the clearest, most tar-like water I've ever seen. Oh my nose!
boat was waiting here. Watson, it seems everything leads to the swamp. How can we get there?
We gotta get to the Cthulhu swamp. Alright, guess I'll go talk to What's-His-Nuts. Let's go talk to Champagne and give him his champagne. What is this gate supposed to be sitting on at the moment? There's... Oh, I guess there's this pole there. It just seems like you could easily walk past it, but okay. Onward to Champagne. It's gonna take like a bit to get there. Oh yeah, I forgot the gate was still locked. I have to go through the side. Hello? Open the door, bitch! Alright, it was the side door. I don't know why I can't go through the front door, though. Which way was it? I don't remember. Oh yeah, that's why. Because I'm in the wrong section. Yes.
Watson, we must move quickly. The enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to examine.